the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Habib Baye, who's now the coach for Rennes,
Habib Baye, no way.
and guess who we played against in that game? Liam Rossigna, and they both started that
This
game.
is so peak that viral tweet about men just have random stats in their head.
Yeah.
No way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is the weekend review. You have two happy Arsenal fans, Coach with me, and we replaced Dean with Gabby. Dean right now is taking care of his kids, so yeah.
And
I was going to say he's off in Nigeria doing scams, so, you know.
He's taking care of his goats and his chickens and his malus.
Yeah, all of that. All of that.
If you guys didn't know, Dean is a part-time malam. So yeah, just we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Speaking of malams, we're gonna start off in League 1. That was a crazy trend.
That segue was crazy.
I don't know why, but it just happened. Our favorite team on this podcast, Brest, they hosted PSG and they saw Brazil. Imagine Brest without no Brazil. That's crazy. Now they're just bouncing all everywhere. But they lost to PSG 5-2. This is a very interesting game for many tactical reasons. I think Ousmane Dembele has finally taken his ADHD medicine permanently. He has 6 goals in his last 2 games, back-to-back hat tricks. And there's a tactical tweak that I saw that they did, and they've been doing most of the season, which, Coach, I want to ask you. Dembele's playing further up the pitch and less on the wings.
Yes, they've got him infield closer to goal because of his unpredictability. And even if he's not scoring, it's all about the maximization, maximizing off the chances he creates just from the what do you call it? The chaos. Like I said 100 times, him going inside or outside kind of thing. You've got every option available to you with a player like him. And I think just for him personally, the fact that I'm now considering retiring the Peter Pan moniker for him, I think that speaks volumes to his form.
He might be in the shout for Ballon D'Or this year too, which is crazy.
Put it like this. He's gonna. If he continues this way, I will not begrudge him being, going to the Ballon D'Or ceremony. I don't know about winning it, but I do think he should be in the.
He's not gonna win that.
Yeah, of course. But France football should be acknowledging his work this season. But at the same time as well, it's not out of the ordinary, guys, for a player to hit the peak of their powers. In fact, it's pretty much normal for a player to hit the peak of their powers at 27 years old.
With the whole bunch of freakish athletes like Lamine Yamal, which we'll get to later. Like what Messi and Ronaldo did. Like I was talking to somebody about like Neymar not winning Ballon d'Or. I was like, normally Neymar would have won Ballon d'Or, but like we were in the generation of 2 absolute freaks who made no sense.
Yeah.
Like Cristiano and Messi were glitches in the system. They made no sense. So
peak Steph and LeBron. So fair enough.
Yeah. Goncalo Ramos got a bracelet towards the end of the game, so good for him. But yeah, PSG are starting to look good. The good thing about them, their wing play is crazy. Like you got Doué, you got Barcola who assisted the first goal.
That guy moves me.
Who Doué?
Yeah, he's really good.
Doué moves me, but Barcola is cold.
Yes,
he looks good.
He looks like Babyface Ray. And yes.
You know what? As well, he's deceptively quick. Like we know he's quick, but he's a lot quicker, and I mean a lot quicker than people probably give him credit for. Like he's an athlete. That boy is an athlete for sure. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah. Very, very. PSG have got like 6 of these guys.
Yeah, they do. Toulouse and Nice, we're going to wrap this one up quickly because the only good thing to take away from this is that they got a point rescued by Mark McKenzie, who plays for U.S. men's national team. So shout out to Mark.
Yes, they did.
In the goal. Yeah. This game is, I'm glad both of you guys are here. Monaco beat Auxerre 4-2. Mika Berth got his hat trick. And
yes,
I want to ask you guys a question.
Give it to Gabby because I'm not talking about this.
I'm not talking about white men. I'm black.
Can you see I'm wearing a black shirt for a specific reason?
Let me change it real quick.
I'm wearing a black beard.
The onus is always on black women to do this, so fair enough.
Black women always gotta uphold the family, always.
We do.
Fair enough. Do you think Arsenal made a mistake letting him go? Or what do you think?
I do not think we made a mistake letting him go. I'm glad that he's playing well, and I think he will play well. I thought this move was really good for him. I'm actually more upset about us not doing it sooner, I guess.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of times we wait and wait and wait with some of our academy players that we could get money for, and they can go off and do their thing. And then they end up like, sorry to Eddie, he's going to catch a straight, but they end up like Eddie Nketiah. You know what I mean? Like, Eddie Nketiah could probably be in another league somewhere balling if we had let him go
We
sooner.
got
But
30 million for him. I don't think it's the end of the world for Arsenal personally, but maybe for their own careers potentially, yeah. Because
yeah,
since he's been at Arsenal, well, he had first team stints for us, but he was never ever the main man. It was always covering for injuries. So yeah, I do think that with Mika though, like he's a sensational finisher. Like that's been his bag. But it's just crazy ironic that they've brought him in because the other Haaland graduate has been injured for too long. That's what is insane. And them two played together in the youth team. Like they were,
which is how I know he's going to ball there.
Yeah,
because they played together already.
Yeah,
you know what's the crazy thing? The crazy thing is, out of all these crazy Scandinavian strikers, United went to go get the worst one to cost the most money. Rennes beat Strasbourg 1-0. Luca Blas scored a winner. But this game is more important because this is a nerdy thing for Coach and I. Do you remember 2008 when Newcastle beat Reading 3-0? Do you remember that game?
Was it the
Premier
fight?
League game. I don't know. It was not a fight, but it was a 3-0 game. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because Habib Baye, who's now the coach for Rennes.
Habib Baye, no way.
And guess who we played against in that game? Liam Rossinha. And they both started that game.
This is so peak that viral tweet about men just have random stats.
No way. They haven't heard his name in forever, but Liam Rossinha is we know he's coaching in Ligue 1 already.
Yeah, but Habib Baye is coaching there now too. Yeah.
But that is mental.
Yeah. This is literally that meme of men just recollecting old shit. You see the way I set that up on purpose. I knew he would remember.
That's done me in still. That's done me in. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. I literally, when I was looking at this, I was like, oh, I got something for him. Leo St. Etienne was 4-1. Jonathan Davis scored a penalty, as he always does. There was a brace for Sahul, and Goodmanson got a goal. Happy days for Leo. So good for them. Do their thing. Montpellier lost to Lens 2-0. A little tidy win for them, so that's all that matters. Get your points in. That's that. Mm-hmm. And Marseille-Lyon was 3-2. I don't really want to talk about this game too much because, criminals.
Why. Yeah.
Yeah. But Luis Henrique got the winner 5 minutes before extra time.
The Suicide Squad over there, so fair enough.
Yeah.
And then Alexander Lacazette scores in this game on top of that to make matters even worse.
Gabby, can I ask you? Did Lacazette scam us? The answer is yes, but I just want to know
because nobody told us to spend that money.
Okay, so you don't think he used us to collect his retirement?
He took his big booty over here, shook it a little bit, and then went back to where he came from. Fair enough.
He used us for his retirement fund, and now he's completing 60% more sprints at Lyon than he ever did at Arsenal. So yeah.
Coach, can we get the standings in France, please?
Yes, we can. It's really boring, guys. PSG are still top.
Shocker.
They're 10 points ahead of Marseille in second. They're on 50 points. Marseille on 40. It gets a little bit more interesting between third and seventh, actually, because there's only 7 points separating them. So you got Monaco, Lille, Nice, Lens, and Lyon. Lyon are doing very well considering that their world is completely burning around them, like financially, and players leaving left. Like we're looking to leave left, right, and center. Like Cherki is probably going to Dortmund.
I think that's almost done.
Yeah, John Texas said no. He said that's not going to happen.
That's not happening. Oh, okay.
That's what their owner said. Who knows, man? He's American.
We shall see. They need. They're broke. They need money. I don't know why they say no to nothing.
That's what I'm saying. They're broke, and I think it'll be a good move for him because, like, those transitions in Germany should have him losing a lot more weight. Running back.
He must drop a kilo or
like surely, like them high intensity sprints back towards his own goal. Then he's trying to get on the end of things and shit. Surely he drops like a few kg. Surely.
Listen, but that is somebody I would love to be scanned for. I'm sorry. That's a baller. That's a child of Wenger if I ever did see one.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: the crazy thing after the game, he's going to eat a kebab. So
Yeah, no, seriously, the kebabs in Germany are fake, man. They're too good. I don't blame
So
him.
there's this running joke we have about the kebabs, right? And the other day, some guy was about to commit suicide, and they gave him a kebab, and he decided
Trigger
not to.
warning.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
I hate
No, I
myself for
understood it.
laughing.
No, I
That was
understood it.
so funny.
I understood it. Trust me. Go to any random bridge, random bridge, yeah, in Berlin at like 2 a.m. in the morning. You're gonna find one fella called Mehmet, you know, with his skewer and shit that's cutting that, and he's going to give you the best kebab you've ever had in your life. Honestly. And I don't drink, I don't smoke, and the food tastes amazing. So I can imagine what it would be like if I wasn't sober, how much better it would taste. And it tasted insane.
Let's
So-
move on. Let's move
No.
on, please. You're not talking about drugs on a family podcast.
I almost had a segue for that, but I'll
I almost had one too. That's why we moved
we'll
on.
get onto that after we record, yeah.
Because
I want to press you on that.
I live in New York. Anyways, Serie A, Atalanta Torino was 1-1. No Lookman. They didn't look good.
How long is he
no
out
pun
for?
intended.
Did they say how long he's out for?
Couple weeks.
Okay.
But they did sign Daniel Maldini. So, you know, he went from being a blood to now a family blood to now being a crip. So, you know.
to be
He's the
fair,
game.
didn't Ritzigi miss a penalty in that game or something like
Probably. That's why Dean needs to come home and take care of his child. That's what he needs to do. Good.
I just want to quickly, before we move on, I just want to quickly talk about Atalanta's form. We keep saying that they're, what do you call it? You know, they're out of the race. And to be fair, it looks like they potentially are, but their form has stunk. They've literally, their last five has been scary.
Mhm.
Like 1 win in 5. What do you call it? With 1 loss and 3 draws. That's ridiculous. That's worse than City.
Someone put Tyrus on them. The Milan Derby. I watched this game in full actually. And it was Milan was fighting for like most of the game. Like they really like were busting their ass trying to defend. Like really was. And Conceição is a crazy man. I see why you don't like him.
Take him down.
He's just a bitch, man. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm praying we don't get him in the Champions League.
If we
Praying.
do, we'll smack him again. I'm so sure of it.
And then another thing that I noticed is Yunus Musa, right? He looks like he's going through a lot. Like he looks like he looks like he's got the low hair and then like the fake beard is growing out. He just looks like he's going through a lot. Like he needs a hug.
I mean, his coach is a bitch, so I don't blame him. Like, you know, he's stressed.
Yeah,
but on his form in general, though, like it's been inconsistent in patches. But I won't lie to you, I've liked him this season overall.
I think he's been really good for Milan this season.
Yeah. And Tijani Rangers scored the first goal, and then right in the 93rd minute, De Vrij scored. Somebody chested down, and they finished it. But listen, it's one of these things where I'm looking at Milan and like Inter, and I'm just like, you know what? Someone has to win the title. I'm not sure who's going to do it, but you know, it's a tight title race over there. And for you United fans who hate 3-5-2, go watch Inter play at their peak. That's how it should look like. That's what it looks like.
Listen, I was cackling when I saw those highlights because I saw them hit the same post 3 times, and I was like, maybe it's just not your day. Like I don't know. Like 2 goals disallowed, another one for like a foul. Like I'm just like, fair enough. I don't know.
Yeah. Juventus hosted Empoli. They wore their nice little kits, the little blue ones. It was nice kits. And then
the one with the tray fall in it, yeah.
Yeah. So I saw the score was 1-0 Empoli like 4 minutes in. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a great hate watch. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this. And then Juventus like, nah, nigga, we got something for you. Randall Colomwani scored in the 61st and 64th. Now, I bring this up because Yildiz had this. He did a Zidane. You know Zidane's favorite move. You know,
the
he did
360
that in the middle of the pitch, and then he found Colomwani. I was like, look, man, somebody please get Yildiz away from this club. That is a special player.
Do you know what's crazy? Go on, Gabby, sir.
No, I rate him so highly. He has the thing. I was like, I would love to get Yildiz at Arsenal.
That's a. No, go ahead.
No, I think just remembering how much Paul Scholes rates this kid makes me not want him, basically. No, seriously.
That's real hater.
No, for real. Like, not even want him, but I just don't want to rate. I know he's fantastic, but you know, when I see Paul Scholes ratings, I'm like, nah, fuck that, nah.
Yeah,
They're shit. Fuck that. They're not good. Just because of the way he talks about football now, it's so frustrating. But yeah,
we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about them later. Keep that in mind. Dusan had a really good finish. Blasted it. His trademark just blasting, and then Conceição scored. So you know, there you go.
I really like Conceição's finish. That was nice. I think he controlled it on his hip or his kneecap, and then one touch finish. I was like, yeah, yeah. That moved me.
You know who else had a really good finish? Moise Kean. Fiorentina beat Genoa 2-0, and he improvised like a little cross into the box, and he just flicked it. And I was like, wow, we've been bullying this kid for so long in the podcast, and now he's actually becoming a really good striker. So, Dean, take credit for that one. That's all for you. Roma and Napoli ended up 1-1. This game was interesting to me because Napoli looked good for most of the game, and they scored in the first half, which was a really good finish, by the way. The keeper looks just like Mitch. I'm not sure if you've seen Roma's goalkeeper. He looked just like Mitch. He got chipped. He came out too early. He got chipped. But then Angelino scored the 92nd minute volley. It's a really good volley. Sent it in, and the game was 1-1.
Isn't that the same Angelino that used to play for City, right?
and Leipzig, yeah.
Yeah,
same
I
one.
thought so.
Yeah. And end up 1-1. So they keep the title race even more interesting because now I want to know what the standings are in Serie A. Can you please tell us, Coach?
Sure, I can. Leading the league at the top, it's Racism, and then you have Napoli in second, and then Inter second. Well, should I say third, 51 points, and then Atalanta in fourth on 47 points. Guys, how long can I keep this bit going? For goodness' sake,
I literally looked on the chart and said, "Wait." I was like, "Oh, I get it now." Yeah.
But yeah, to be honest, Napoli's game in hand. Sorry, Inter's game in hand is just making everything just look a lot more interesting than it is, because they're going to win their game in hand. Then they're going to be on top on goal difference kind of thing. And them Napoli and Inter still have to play one more time this season, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, that will be the title decider. So yeah, Juventus with their 50,000 draws are fourth. On 40 points.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah, they're definitely sick. They
did win today. So
yeah,
this is true.
They've got 60,000 draws. Not my problem, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, Fiorentina are fifth, led by Moise Kean, 39 points. They're tied with Lazio on 39 points.
Cool. Let's go up to Spain. Barcelona Alaves. This game was interesting because Barcelona should have whooped them, but they only got one goal through Lawa. Lamine Yamal, obviously, we saw the viral video. Just stupid, man. You shouldn't be that good at your age. Just dumb.
Yeah. He's absurd. He's absurd.
What
I don't know. I can't say much more.
17, Gabby. You tell me. What were you doing at 17?
Don't you make it sound like you're Chester the molester? Relax.
No.
What was I doing at 17? What? Crazy. It's a crazy way to word that.
You know exactly what I mean, but I won't lie. I'm writing that one on Chester the molester. That's a good one.
She was in North Philly on the fucking dirt bike. That's what she was doing at 17.
Is it true? Was you riding around on dirt bike like Meek Mill? Is that true?
I'll never tell.
So that's a yes.
I'm a lady.
Exactly.
But yeah, Barca got a win, and that's all that matters. A win's a win. Espanyol, Real Madrid. See, this game was very interesting to me because the man who fouled Mbappe should have got a red card. That was a disgusting tackle. Should have been a red card. But then he scores the winner. Mbappe scored a goal. Well, Vinny scored a goal first, but it got disallowed because Mbappe thought he was Rasmus Højlund.
He was doing nuts.
He wrestled somebody to the ground, and then they had to call it back. At Madrid, with a knocking on the door, Rodrigo had a chance, wrong Brazilian, but they just couldn't score. And Espanyol did, they literally counted them. The right back's first time he ever attacked the whole entire game, sends in the cross, and then they score.
Listen, that guy and his brother, I would love to see you at the carpet.
Oh, Rodrigo?
Rodrigo is just absurd sometimes. When I watch him, I'm just like, you need to be playing somewhere where you're going to be the guy. You're going to be the starter. I need you to leave Real Madrid. Please.
I have a counter argument that maybe some players are best just being a support guy. Maybe. Now, obviously, Rodrigo is an outrageous talent. We know that already. We know exactly what he is. But that being said, some players generally are at their best when they're supporting, and they just kind of they don't have the spotlight on them, so they can just get on with their business, without anybody really like watching them too tough. But did you guys see Real Madrid's tweet afterwards about the game?
What'd they say?
They
No.
literally, they might as well went to the police and said this guy killed my player. That's like they literally they worded that the title of the article in their tweet was we lost because this player that should have been sent off scored the winner. That's literally the title of their tweet.
It's actually funny that you say that because I heard a rumor online that they were showing like replays of the referee's performance in the stadium. That just makes me laugh. That's the level of pettiness that I could never aspire to.
The article itself as well, they was talking about the ref heavy in the article as well. Then you go to the photo gallery, and the photo gallery is literally it's just different angles of the tackle on Mbappe.
It is a nasty tackle though, so fair enough.
We love a good pettiness. I'm sorry. We love a good pettiness.
Fair. I mean, I didn't get to watch the game, but I watched the highlights, and I was like, "Oh shit, I know this goalkeeper because I'm a sicko." Mikel Arteta, you need to go get him in the summer because he was making some good saves. I can't lie. You need to go get him in the summer.
I think he's going. I think he's going to come, and he's going to be our number 2. Like
he needs to.
You gotta word that differently, by the way. But go ahead.
Oh my God.
I can't say shit. I actually can't say shit today.
It's the Lord's Day, it's a Sunday.
Sunday truce.
Damn.
Yeah. Rudiger, he got lost to injury. He's probably not going to play against City in the Champions League. So,
yeah, I'm okay with that. I hope they both lose. That'll be great. If they both go out, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah. Atletico Madrid beat Mallorca 2-0. The biggest highlight from this game is Griezmann's goal. He's still got a lot left in him, but I don't know if he's gonna stay in La Liga this season. I think he wants to come to MLS. So
he is. Yeah, I know he's coming to MLS.
I was gonna say, is that confirmed? Because that definitely does. I know we spoke about earlier about some players leaving it too late to leave. I feel like he's leaving a bit too early here. That surely.
I think he's going too early, and it's not done yet. But he wants to come. He's been saying it like all the time. He's gonna come.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Pause, but
no, I was thinking about Griezmann in America, potentially in Miami. He's going to end up with the Haitians, isn't he?
I don't think Griezmann's a Miami person.
You don't think so? Where
no.
I think he's a New England Revolution. I think he'll enjoy Boston.
Stop the nonsense. They're going to find a way to get him in LA somewhere. I just feel it.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see who he's going to cosplay as when he gets there.
Imagine Griezmann in Chicago with the YNs throwing
up
BL with the
Vice
Lords.
Yeah.
With those winners? No, you ain't going to see his ass there.
Maybe it's best if you keep him out of America, actually. Probably for his own sake.
Yeah. You said Griezmann with the Haitians in Miami. That's Benzema.
For sure.
That's Benzema's people for sure. Benzema's with the Zoes all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I brought up this last game because Real Sociedad's been having a terrible season. They lost to Osasuna 2-1.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on with them. Even when I watch them play, sometimes I'm just like, is this an anomaly for you guys, or was last season a blip? I don't know, because they just look so out of sorts. Even their really good players are not really playing that great, which is obviously hard to do when your team is playing horrendously. But it's looking like this season, this upcoming summer, they're going to have a lot of players leaving. That's what it feels like to me. Players they're not focused on this team anymore.
Yeah, boy, they've got 1.5 good players, so it's not going to be a lot of players leaving.
And I'll take both of those players. I'll take Kubo and Zubimendi. Bring them.
Can we stop with these midgets that are 8-year-olds? I'm sick of it, honestly. Please, can we get some men, some athletes with a good first touch, man?
Today, when we signed Heaven from you guys, right? He was standing next to Dorgo, and Dorgo was 6'1", so he was really a big kid. Heaven stood next to him and made Dorgo like a little ass boy. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Bring these men.
And the thing is, you watch Heaven play. Aiden Heaven is there was talk about him wanting to play in midfield more as well, which is fair enough. But he can play there. Watch his feet. For how big he is, yeah. Watch his feet. He is insane.
Oh,
But yeah,
we'll get
yeah,
to him. We'll get to him. And that was that. Can we get the standings in La Liga, please?
sure you can. So Real Madrid, still first, 49 points. Atleti, with their win, closed it to 1 point. So now they're on 48 points. Barcelona, are back in it. I'd say 4 points behind Real Madrid. Now 45 points, and then Athletic Bilbao on 41 points, and then Villarreal on fifth on 37 points.
Cool. Let's go to Germany. Bayern Munich beat Holstein Kiel 4-3. It sounds like it was a close game. It really wasn't. It was 4-0, and they beat their ass. Some fun facts for you. Harry Kane has played 50 Bundesliga matches. Do you know how many goals he has in the Bundesliga?
54.
Well, I would say it has to be in the 50s or at least 40 something.
What did you say?
54.
55.
Yeah, I had a feeling that.
Yeah.
Bundesliga is never ever going to be relegated.
No, they're not.
No, I heard that. I heard that, but let's respect Harold Kane a little bit. The guy is phenomenal, man.
Harry Kane is gonna go down the pantheon of strikers. He's one of them ones. He is. Yeah, it is what it is
for sure.
The thing I noticed the most about this game is that Bayern's wing play is stupid. You have Gnabry, you have Elise. Elise set up Musiala's first goal, which, by the way, Musiala's boots are really cool. He's wearing those the brown Tiempos.
The kangaroo level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are beautiful. So we wore those. But the best goal was Serge Gnabry's goal, the fourth one. It was very, very. You know what, Gabby? I want you to do right now. I want you to go look it up as we talk. I want your live reaction, and we'll move on.
Please do. Actually, I suppose we'll keep waxing lyrical about them. But do you think? With all the options that they have, because there's talk about a lot of these players that are coming out, like running out of contract, stuff like that. Like Gnabry was supposed to leave last summer, then they'll talk about him leaving in January and shit. So you got Gnabry, you got Coman. They'll talk about Coman leaving as well. You got Sane. Those are three players that they've already that I've named up. They've deemed surplus to requirements, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Elise, and then you have Musiala, and they still have Muller and Matthias Tell as well. Like, what is their plan here? Because that's a lot of talent, but also a lot of wages off the books. That's a lot of talent to let go. Surely they're looking to bring in at least 2 players in the summer. Surely. And who are they?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, they need more pace. I mean,
yeah. I mean, you say you need more pace. They've got a lot of it already, bro. Like they've got tons of it.
Why not more? Why not more? You know, that's the American way. Is greed, right? So why don't you add more pace?
It's sounding like, what's his name? Like Kylo Ren. More.
Yeah, always more. Always more. Always.
Her face. Look at her face.
Because I'm like, did I?
That was worth it. That was so worth it.
I was like waiting. I was like, what goal is this in here? Because I'm already cast 3 goals now, and I'm like, oh shit, that was him. Like, I know. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a technique.
Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome. I'm glad it
That's
was
one we sold early. But yeah.
I would say we sold. You know, you win some, you lose some. Bayern Munich come calling. What the fuck are we gonna do to try to stop a German from going to Bayern Munich?
Listen, in the bench era, fair enough. It was the time.
Yeah.
Leverkusen beat Hoffenheim 3-1. This game mattered to me personally because Victor Boniface came back and he scored in his first goal back. And he did his stupid celebrations always. He pulls his shorts down. I don't know what his problem is, but
sick.
And then
I think we should have ended up in Saudi. Go to Saudi jail.
I'm glad he's not in Saudi for me personally.
I was gonna say though, him coming back though, surely it means that in the summer they're gonna look to get rid anyway because he already shown his hand. He was willing to go to Saudi, so they're gonna be thinking, let's just cut our losses in the summer.
Frimpong added a really good goal. The ball from Ellis Garcia though was stupid, like literally grass cutter. And Jeremy Frimpong, all he knows how to do is run, and that's what he did. The ball was so good, he just ran and finished it. That's all he could do. Then Patrick Schick scored, and it was a really good finish. And then Gift Orban scored. So Gift Orban has 2-2 now. So, you know, he stopped putting locks in his hair and he stopped using bleaching cream. So there you go.
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah, happy Black History Month. Heidenheim hosted Dortmund. They lost 2-1. Guirassy is such a striker, man. Like, fox in the box, the ball comes in there and he finished it. And they got the second goal in the second half, and that was that. So Dortmund almost went full Dortmund and collapsed, but they didn't. So baby
Almost.
steps, baby steps. Baby steps. Frankfurt, they've been going through it a little bit. They got a late goal from Can Uzan, and yeah, they just got a point. So good for them.
Mm-hmm.
This last game, this is for Coach. This is my gift for him because I love him so much. Werder Bremen beat Mainz 1-0. So this is for you. Don't ever.
I legit thought you were gonna say his name. I was like, oh my god. All right, good. All right, let's talk about it.
No. I love you. So that's why I brought this game up. So this is what you do for your friends, okay? You give them more so because you care about them. So that's what I did. Yeah. Whose name did you think I was going to bring up?
Dennis Undav. Oh my god.
No. Traumatized.
No. Wait. Okay, that's good. But yeah, but it doesn't really help my cause too much because they're not in the relegation places, but they're not going to get relegated. But it's good. The more pain on them, the better. By the way, has anyone read El Ghazi's article? I didn't get to read it this week, but
I haven't.
I'm going to make sure I read it tomorrow at work on the man's dime. Yeah, I definitely need to read it. But yeah, shout out to him, man.
Can we get the standings in the Bundesliga?
Yeah, do you guys want to guess who's in first?
Let me see.
They play red.
Union Berlin.
Yeah.
Union Berlin.
No. Shout out
180, 180 Munich.
No, AC Munich haven't been in the Bundesliga for what feels like about 7-8 years, maybe longer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's been longer than that.
I'm not clamoring for them to come back. I'm clamoring for Schalke to come back. Like, be serious. And come back up to the Bundesliga.
I need to experience a rare derby in my lifetime. Surely. Stop fucking around, man. All right, so we've got Bayern in first, 51 points. They're really clicked into gear in terms of their form. Leverkusen in second. They're 6 points behind them, 45 points. And Eintracht Frankfurt, since losing Marmouche, haven't been able to win a game. They're on 38 points. And then RB Leipzig, 33 points. But they did get, despite them not winning in their last four, they did get Xavi Simons on a permanent. That's good for them.
They did.
And then Stuttgart on 32 points, just a point behind them. They've lost their last two.
Yeah. Let's go over to the Premier League. Nottingham Forest, Brighton, 7-0. So this game is funny because I was speaking to my old lady about the fucking game the day before. She was just like, oh, the first game sounds boring. I said, no, it's not. I said, I promise you, Nottingham Forest Brighton is not going to be boring. And guess what happened? We just woke up to a 7-0. They whooped their ass. And
literally.
we were talking, and Coach and I were talking, and he kept going more. He didn't even care what the score was. He's just like, I need more. It's like, I need more.
We hate her slur. He has to go back to the fucking Bundesliga. Fuck that guy.
I cannot stand him, honestly. And do you know what it is? He is the on the other side of the spectrum of the nerd coach, because we love nerd coaches, but he's on the other side where he's way too is the correct word dogmatic, I want to say. He's way too into his own ideas kind of thing. And that's what, when you're way too into your own ideas, you can get beat 7-0 by a team that might not be as well coached as you attacking wise. But look at the players that they have. You know, they got their arse beat by playing a less modern game, if you like. But it didn't matter because, you know, as a scholar from Yonkers once said, you know, an old gun can still kill a new nigga. So
speaking of old niggas, you guys know Chris Wood was at the 2010 World Cup?
I did know that.
I did not.
Chris Wood was at the 2010 World Cup when he got a hat trick. So good for him. Anthony Elanga, fair play. He's been doing very well. They have such a good vibe team, like Elanga, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and Olaino, especially Olaino. Yeah. Olaino is the conductor of all the nonsense. So another person I'm glad plays for Nigeria. Again, my theory keeps getting proven all the time. All the boys that decided to play for Nigeria are doing well. Calvin Bassey has been really good this season. Mm-hmm. I mean, the list goes on.
Playing for England is bad vibes, all right? Play for your whole motherland.
Especially as an African, I will say that for sure.
Chuba Akpom, by the way, said that he's been trying to play for Nigeria since 2019. I'm like, what called the nigga up? He's going to Lille. He's going to Lille.
Yeah, he's going to Lille. That is mental because these last 2-3 years he's actually shown his potential, what he promised in like 2014. So
Again, what we said before, players develop late, 27,
Yeah.
28. Chuba's finally getting to his own. So call that man up in March, man. We playing against Tanzania or something. We should beat the ass. Still give Chuba some minutes, man.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, well, Nottingham Forest whooped the ass, and it was beautiful to see.
Yeah, and I think it's always, you're always having a bad day when your best defender starts the day off scoring an own goal.
Oh yeah.
You pretty much
Done.
you pretty much know that. Yeah, all right, let's pack this shit up, kind of thing. But
The way he looked at the ground after that went in, like,
Yeah, this ain't it.
it's
Speaking of bad decisions, Bournemouth, Liverpool, that penalty was not a penalty, man. Fuck out of here. It's not a penalty, man.
Yeah, okay. So guys, just so we're clear on this isn't some FA conspiracy shit we want to get into here, because we already know it's fuck the rest kind of thing. But do you like seeing, because we know those are pens in it, they give those pens, right? But do you like those pens being given? Because I personally think they're bullshit. Because number one, it does a couple of things. You've already been punished per se by your own bad play, if you like, by being out of position. So are you supposed to just stop running and let the guy run through? Because if you just run to try and catch the guy up, kind of thing, a clash of legs can happen, but you haven't gone to make a tackle. You see what I'm saying?
it reminds me very much of that David Luiz one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said the same thing as you when I was watching. I was like, we've seen them given, but do I want them to be given?
Yeah.
No. Like, this is just nonsense. They were just giving pens for anything at this point.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't make sense. Like, do you want the players to chase back and try to win the ball or not? Because there's always a risk when you're chasing back. There's always stuff like that can happen, but you can't give pens for that. It doesn't make any sense. You haven't gone to make the tackle. You haven't gone to do anything. All you're doing is running. You know, so I always feel like when they talk about common sense and stuff and intent, this is a perfect place and context to use it. Look at it and say, how can that be a pen yourself?
You're assuming that the PGMOL have common sense.
No, of course not. I know they're all twats, man. I know that already.
Yeah, then you should have known Bournemouth's day was going bad when Justin Clever didn't finish. And the crazy thing is,
I hate that guy. I actually hate him so much.
Well, listen.
Light-skinned.
Here's the crazy thing. That literally happened against City. Like, I think a year or two ago when like one of their players missed a rebound literally from the same exact position.
It was Tavernier's shot as well, same area of the pitch, hit the post. And yeah, that area might be cursed. That literally, because Claret looked back on the turf. I was like, why are you looking back at the turf? You're just shit. But I was like, actually, no, it's happened before. That part, literally, they might have buried like a dead cat under that part of the pitch, something like that, for sure. Because that's just
don't let him off the hook. That guy, you're not that guy. You're just a light skin, bro. Like, you're not that guy.
He scored more goals in the Premier League than his dad. But yeah,
his dad came there when he was fat, so it's true. Go look at Claver at Barcelona and Claver at Newcastle. Listen, he's wearing a double XL shirt. I'm serious, guys. Like, in fact, Gabby, go and Google it, please.
Yeah. I'm not Googling that. We don't fashion.
Okay. I want to put it in the chat for you.
Only when it's Lacazette and Eden Hazard. But go on.
Eden Hazard's not fat. He's thick, okay? He's a...
Eden Hazard can be as fat as he wants. He is one of the most gifted players I've ever seen in my entire life, bro.
I'll never forget the craziest tweet I tweeted about Eden Hazard during COVID. Oh my God, I'm going to repeat it. I don't care. I said that, you know, La Liga behind closed doors is crazy because when you hear Eden Hazard running, you're going to hear his ass clap. I can't believe it.
Was that during the pandemic? Oh, yeah. This is a perfect picture, actually.
Yeah, I found God in 2020 though, so different person now. Speaking of God, Everton beat Leicester 4-0, and David Moyes is God body. Okay, that man needs his respect, Sir David Moyes. Okay, put some respect. Like, these guys are actually scoring multiple goals under David Moyes.
Yeah,
you know, like I don't know. It just felt so good to see him go back to Everton. I wanted that to happen.
Heritage.
It's where he belongs, and he's the only person that should bring him to the new stadium. That's the only person that should bring him to the stadium. That's the only person. And
I don't disagree.
So yeah, Abdoulaye Doucouré scored a really early goal. I think it was like
10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
It's their earliest.
That's the second fastest goal in the Prem.
Yeah,
and the fastest was someone else.
Yeah, it's Everton's fastest goal ever. Periods.
Yeah,
actually, it might be the third. It might be the third because we're on there. Billing is on there against Arsenal.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Yeah. Then I knew this game was fucked because Beto scored not once but twice.
Yeah.
You let Beto score you twice, like, yo,
and then he did the LeBron like silencer shit as well. That's even more crazy to me.
Yeah, and then Iliman Ndiaye scored at the end and wrapped it up with a nice little goal.
He's really, really, really flipping good, and I hope he's a player that I actually hope stays at his club for once. Not because I don't think he's good enough to move, but I just want to see. He has potential to become an actual Barclays man. For real, he has to like he's that.
You
he's
saw
that
Luka get traded and said we need more franchise players. I hear it.
Yeah, man. No, for real, man. He can be the face of it, and as well. If you look at the way Moyes is coach, especially his time at Everton and even at West Ham, he's always had that one guy. He's that one attacking player that's his totem pole there. That's his guy. And I think
Steven Pina, Jesse Lingard.
Thank you. Exactly those types of players, man. Like, yeah,
light skinned niggas. Ipswich hosted Southampton and lost in the battle of the guys who were going back to the championship.
They're disappointing me, man. I need them to buck up. Like, be serious. They won't, but I want them to stay up. Like, they're good vibes, you know? Like,
Gabby, remember what I said earlier about
There's
Nigerians?
nothing good in Southampton. No. Not even the vibes.
Just leaving is the best thing you could do there. You remember what I said about
that's a lie. Only Craig David. Craig David is the only good thing to come out of Southampton, guys.
You remember when I told you that, and Theo Walcott, you remember when I told you that, and they raised Gareth Bale. Okay, they got some decent things.
Maybe they can stay.
Yeah. They did give us Chris Sutton, so I don't know about all that.
No, actually, yeah, sorry. I'm done.
Yeah, that's just smart.
Joe Aribo. Remember I was talking about Nigerians who did well. So Joe Aribo scored the first goal, and then Liam Delap scored, and then Paul Onuachu decided to score the winner. He's so awkward, man. Like he's
just really, really tall, and I'm very happy that he's been able to have a good career like already, because footballers that big usually don't make it to like the Prem like that, unless you're like Peter Crouch is like, again, Peter Crouch retired when, like 15 years ago, something like that. So
it cannot be 15 years ago. That cannot be true.
Tosin, tell us, please.
I will find out for you right now. Peter Crouch is 44, and he retired in 2019.
So yeah, I was saying it cannot be.
15 years ago sounds about right. the way time's moving, yeah, it sounds about right. But yeah, shout out to them. Newcastle, again, Nigerians who did well. Newcastle hosted Fulham. They were up 1-0, and then the two strikers scored. Raul Jimenez and Muniz scored. And Alex Iwobi was doing his thing throughout the game, and so was Calvin Bassey. And
Robertson assists too. Shout out to my boy.
Yeah,
also,
and Jason Tindall
guys,
lost.
Yeah, I was going to say, fuck Jason Tindall.
You're going to say that.
Wolves, Aston Villa. Bellegarde's first goal was crazy. Like, the amount of power we got on that shot was insane. And they were holding them the whole entire game. Like, Aston Villa did not have any attacking impetus against them whatsoever.
Shocking. Him beating his chest and playing hard against us and then dropping points right after?
Yeah.
Shocking. Who could have thought?
Can I ask, do you think Morgan Rogers was interfering with play? And should that goal stood?
Yes. I don't think the goal should have stood.
Okay.
Because fuck him.
Yeah. I'm in talk, like, normally I always want to see refs be made to look stupid, but they got one right yesterday for sure for me. I don't like that sort of free kick only because if you do get away with it kind of thing, you know the next week you're not. So it's good that they nipped it in the bud. It's smart, but you're offside, you're interfering with play, even if it's minimal contact. Like, you know, those extra 1 or 2 inches that you've bought could have been a difference between him like blocking the shot or not. You know, pause.
Hey yo.
That was nuts. That was crazy still. I apologize.
And then Cunha, he found inches in space himself.
Pause, man.
And then pen to paper right after. Like, literally didn't even take off his fucking kit or anything. Didn't take a shower, still stinking from the field. Said, let's sign this shit.
He's so shameless. He's literally that meme, like, who want me? Like, no one. Like, no, literally, that's what it is. Like, I hate when man do that. You know exactly what you did, bro. Because let's say Arsenal did, pull out all this up, say, okay, 75 million, 250k a week. You're out of there. We could even technically.
I don't want to hear no complaining, because I told you a couple weeks ago that we're not going to get Cunha. I said that he is going to re-up on that contract.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't mind that kind of thing, but at that point, I was desperate after like January 2nd for signing, to be honest. So, but in my head I was thinking, yeah, maybe if we do get him, that'd be cool. But to be honest, it's not a right fit, and yeah, he's locked in a death row contract because next year they're fighting relegation. So
yeah, he does have a release clause for the summer.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. How many levers are Barcelona pulling to get him?
Oh my god! Imagine.
Brentford hosted Tottenham and lost 2-0. Shown signs of life. I don't really care who scored for Tottenham. I couldn't tell you. Don't care. But I will tell you, Jed Spence has finally found himself. He looks good. I remember when Ian Wright was speaking to him when he was on loan, and Ian Wright was saying, "You're a Premier League quality player."
Yeah,
and he's showing it. So
he literally told me, he said, "You're too good for this. You're too good for this." But,
he is too good for them.
But it's hilarious because that's Martinelli's nemesis. Like Martinelli said, that's the hardest player he's played against. And every time I see him, I just laugh because I remember the FA Cup game, and I haven't seen a lockdown performance like that in forever. Even to this day, it was brutal, so bad. And I'm pretty sure I think Jed Spence ended up assisting as well, the winner as well.
You guys wore the white kits. I remember that.
Wore the white kits. Yeah, it was brutal, man. So every time I see him, I always laugh, kind of thing, because and when Tottenham signed him as well, and Conte was in charge, I was like, "Oh, that's a bad move," because Conte doesn't fuck with kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like for real. Like No, I'm serious. Him and Chris Hansen would get on like a house on fire, man. Like, for sure.
So you're telling me that he would never coach at the Wankdorf Arena?
Not the young boys.
Oh my god.
Fair enough. Man United hosted Crystal Palace and lost 2-0. The Man United edition is out right now, probably by the time you listen to this. I would ask Gabby and Coach how they feel about United, but you know what? Yeah, how do you guys feel about United? Just
Gabby, you go first, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never, I started watching in the banter, so you guys were already shit by the time I started watching. So, this is the United I know. And every time you guys lose, I do the thing. I go United.
No, Angry Ginger's a legend. I swear.
That guy is so funny. I'm sorry. But, I just feel like every time that you feel like you're turning a corner, it gets worse. It just gets worse.
Yeah. I think,
and I don't know how to make you feel better because you've also lost Rashford now. He's at Aston Villa now, so it's just end the season. Start again.
I'll be real. The one positive that you see here right now is that at worst they have a coach who knows exactly what to say. Basically, like even when United weren't as bad as this kind of thing, to me it always felt like it was fragile. It was always one result away from it all going wrong kind of thing. And while United are bad right now, with Amorim isn't really shocked by any of this. Whereas, someone like Ten Hag, who deluded himself into thinking that everything was all good and everything, it's better to have someone that knows that, okay, guys, we suck basically, and we're going to suck for a while. You kind of just eat, you got to eat these. Days like this are going to happen, again for the foreseeable future. But there's if there's a light at the end of the tunnel and it's not a train, shout out to Ange, it's that Amorim at least accepts that you guys aren't good and he's trying to make incremental changes kind of thing. And one of the first incremental changes you've got to do is culture. It has to be culture. It's sad that obviously Rashford is gone. Like, that shit burnt me. Like, that shit, he doesn't belong in Aston Villa. That shit don't look right, man. Like, it doesn't look right to me. But it's one of those things that you have to accept if you want change. The old saying goes, if you want, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting change. This is a huge departure from what United have done, because United in the past would have given him a bumper contract. You guys know that, right? They would have given him a bumper contract. I'm like, oh yeah, we stand by him, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, this is it. Like, there's an actual change coming. And yeah, that's what I will say if you want to feel better about the situation.
Listen, to be fair, I did say Rashford should go to PSG last summer. That's what I think he should end up.
Even they wouldn't pay his wages. I'm sorry.
Let me get my old man takes off. So I've been a fan of this club since early 90s, right? I've seen Sir Alex Ferguson get rid of Paul Ince. I've seen him get rid of Bex. I've seen him get rid of York. I've seen him get rid of all the talents you can think of. Yeah, damn, he did that too early. At some point at this club, some of these fans of United, a lot of United fans need to accept that where we're at right now, we're shit. Okay? We're not going to get relegated. We're too big to fail, but we're not good right now. United need to put all the chips in Europa League and try and get the backdoor alley into Champions League. That's the first thing I think United should do. Number two is like they really need to be honest about themselves because they will say like I saw United fans say, "Oh, we play back five." It's really not. If you look at the out of possession, it's a 4-1-4-1. But again, you don't know what you're watching because some of you just don't have this up here. But that's neither here nor there. But my whole thing is this: is just like it's going to be very rough. Okay, it's not going to be fun. Like I said, and I'm trying to get off of social now. You guys need to find hobbies. Go knitting. Go fly fishing. Learn how to rollerblade, learn how to fix a carburetor, go learn how to fix, electric socket. Go find something productive to do for society, okay? Because we have some terrible leaders. The world is going right wing right now. So you might need to find something else to do to pick up your time because watching United and complain about it is not healthy. It's not going to work out for you if that's all you can do every day. Find some joy in life, okay? Like go count how many blades of grass is on your lawn. How about that?
As I like to say, where does the joy come from? Within. It comes from within.
Well, depending on what network you work on, that's a different answer. But Arsenal beat City 5-1. And this was an ass whooping.
Yeah.
And this was
a blamin.
Yeah. They got blasted. They got blasted, guys. That was
Gabriel did warn you.
Yeah.
After that game at the Etihad, he said, we'll wait for them at our ground.
Yeah. Before I let you guys get off, first of all, Coach's Edition is out. And by the time you guys hear this, Arsenal Edition should be out as well. So go listen to that. As a professional hater of Arsenal, I am very impressed with the way that the culture has shifted at Arsenal. And this is the same thing that goes into what United is saying. I think that a lot of fans aren't ready for a rebuild until it actually happens. Like, Mikel Arteta tore everything down. Like, he had to strip everything down to build it into his way. And I see a lot of fans say, all play the academy kids. No. Unless they're just like a generational talent like a Saka, you can't throw your kids into a terrible situation. You think your parents wanted you guys to grow up around struggle? No. So why would you want that for your academy players? The same thing with your folks. Your parents want the best for you. Well, some of your parents, because clearly some of your parents do not want the best for you, but that's neither here nor there. But Saka, like, now you're seeing MLS scoring. You're seeing Ethan Nwaneri scoring. I remember when Ethan made his debut at 16. Like, it wasn't the right time for him to continue playing. 15, yeah. Like, he was, he's consistently playing. Now you're starting to see that talent because the team around him is a bunch of dudes around him, a bunch of men, a bunch of grown-ass men. That's what happened with Rashford. Rashford didn't have OGs around him. The OGs he did have were washed. Like, what's a 35-year-old Zlatan going to tell Marcus Rashford, man? That's not ethical hoops, man. You need actual leaders in the locker room. And Arsenal, you're seeing that now. When Arsenal scored that first goal, Gabriel, when he laughed at Haaland, I was like, yeah. This game's over.
Yeah.
So this
is real hate. I got people in my mentions today when I said this is real beef because I'm like, you guys, City fans are not used to real hate. You're used to big bro and the Chelseas, big bro and the Liverpools. Y'all not used to real hate. This is not all right, after the game is done, shake your hand and go about your business. No. We fucking hate you, bro.
But the thing, I think at the same time we're giving them a bit too much credit there because the Arsenal players themselves probably hate the hell out of these City players, keeping a buck, especially the ones that have been there since like 2020, 2021, when Arsenal were miles behind them kind of thing. But in terms of the actual clubs or the fans kind of thing, I don't, to this day, I don't know in my time living in, being born and living in London, I don't know a single City fan, guys. I still don't know one kind of thing. So it's hard for me, seriously. So it's hard for me to actually manufacture that hate. Now, from seeing their stuff in their media and stuff like that, yeah, it's annoying, whatever. It's just whatever. I don't have to deal with them on a day-to-day basis in my real life. Whereas I got to deal with United fans, I got to deal with Liverpool fans, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it goes. But the game, guys, did anybody clock the what do you call it? The body language of the players, like in general, just what it looked like?
Yeah. You say what I saw? I mean, I know you're at the stadium.
Yeah.
City looked like they were just ready to go home. Arsenal fans.
Thank you.
Arsenal literally looked, they want to put them in it like every time. Like I saw Declan Rice get into every challenge. I'm not gonna say his name, but the Ghanaian was doing his thing around too. He looked spry. He looked like he was at Atletico Madrid. I'm like, yo, wait, what is happening here? Even Raheem Sterling looked spry. Like
they wanted to go home. Okay, they said, get me the fuck out of here. We already lost the 3 points. Who cares?
It was, but the thing is, it was almost like a. It's almost like you play. I don't have a younger brother, but if I did, if I play fight with him, whatever, and he hits me a bit too hard, I'm like, hold on, let me actually show him that this isn't.
what, how I can hurt you. I think that
the Haaland goal was almost kind of like that. Like, you got a good one on me. Okay, cool. Right, let me show you what time it is, kind of thing. And it was such a fierce is probably the way I want to describe it, a fierce sort of response that City just couldn't actually get back into it. And the first half was interesting to me because it was a lot of acceptance from me at least that City are still a good side of the ball. They're gonna pin you in, kind of thing. You just gotta suffer if you like a little bit, and then you you hopefully start creating your own chances, kind of thing. And I feel like the players realized quite early that actually, you know what, we're better than these lot. We're actually just better than them. And the goal was almost like a shock to the system, and they were like, "No, that's not happening again. Let's actually make sure. Let's break their necks this time. Make sure there's no respawning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're not coming back from this one." And that was the best. That was the most pleasing thing for me, for sure, man. Yeah. Fuck,
I just found it really funny because Pep, it's never been more over for them because Pep went into that press conference afterwards and said, "I'm okay with losing, 2-3-0 or whatever," but like they just gave up after, like, in the second half. They just gave up. Like, that's basically what he had. They just gave up. Like, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And I was like, when you can't rally your team to do stuff no more, it's over. I told your bald ass to retire in the summer.
Yeah.
You know who else is over for? Phil Foden looks so bad today, man. And I'm sure you saw it in the stadium when you were there. But, bro, I don't know, man. Like, it just, again, like I said, and I hate to make this United-centric, but this is what happens when you take your time, you reassess your squad, and you actually have a vision to stick with your manager. No matter what the results are, you stick with your manager. Arsenal are reaping the benefits. Have they won the Premier League yet? No. But they're trending towards it because that's what happens when you stick towards your plan. And it's now a very healthy environment for your academy kids to come in and play. And that's why we had the class of 92, because you had a bunch of grown-ass men who helped these kids out, and they became the leaders of the culture. They adapted to the ways, right? So I'm objectively hating on Arsenal, but subjectively it's like, wow, this is literally what it should be like, where you have your academy kids coming in and like setting the world on fire, like Ethan and MLS today. Even after the game, you have Saka's like, in a weird way, they're OG now. Like, everyone's happy after the game. So it's like, this is a really healthy situation, you know. Like, look at Marcus Rashford, for example. Like, today, like when he took his picture with Aston Villa, his elbows were ashy, and I'm like, damn, man. Like, damn, man, United have ruined everything. Anthony got man of the match after the game against Betis.
Oh my god!
Rashford got ashy elbows, no shape up.
You started off talking about Foden there, and it's actually interesting because he's 24 now, I want to say, so he's still very, very young. But he came in. He to me, he came in at in the most perfect time for City, kind of thing. But in a way, I still think it's kind of hindered him a little bit because now he's been given the keys. He doesn't know what the fuck to do with them. He doesn't know if they're house keys or car keys or shop keys. He doesn't know what they are. Like, that's what it looks like. And the fact that you're still bringing on like, it's not even like they brought on KDB with Foden. They swapped him out for KDB. KDB's hamstrings are made out of literally jerk chicken now. Like, they're coming off the bone, bro. And that's who they're relying on now in 2025. Foden, to me, I feel like he absolutely could have, had he experienced what City experiencing now at 18, 19, he'd be a lot more and better equipped to deal with it now. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that he went to private school his whole life?
Yeah, basically, no, for real. Like, he had the most perfect conditions, no pressure to perform.
Like, why do you think he does that gun celebration and it still looks like gentrification?
He didn't get it out the mud.
No, for real. Because last season was probably out of all of these Premier League trophies, right? I know this. Well, none of their trophies count, but speaking of Jetsy, out of all of Foden's trophies, last season is probably the only one you can say that. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, he contributed. Like, if he didn't do what he did last season, they probably wouldn't have won the league. Cool, but not really funny. Getting all those trinkets and, like, you know, they would have won without it, kind of thing. What does that do for you as a player, kind of thing? You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing that, you know, with Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis, they relied on him quite a bit last season, but they would have won without him. The season before, they would have won without him as well. You can actually trend and look at, say, Arsenal. Would they have won these games without? Would we have won on Wednesday without Wanyeri? Probably not. Would we have won today without MLS doing what he? Forget his goal. He was just bodying these guys. By the way,
yo, that kid should be in center midfield. It probably will be soon.
I'm begging Arteta. I'm begging him.
It's coming. Gabby, remember I said to you in our pre-season thing, I said that the only way he's getting minutes this season is at left back because Arteta's not going to trust him. Then not because he's not good enough, but there's a hierarchy shit. Like, that's the way football works sometimes. But But again, that's going to stand him in good. That's going to put him in a much better position in 2-3 years' time. He's cut his teeth there. He's over here we call it doing your trade. He's done he's doing his apprenticeship right now. I feel like he's having to. Back in the day, they make these players clean their boots and stuff. Obviously, they don't do that now, but they make them clean their boots of the older players and stuff like that. And yeah, maybe if Foden cleaned a few boots when he was younger, maybe a game like today he could have taken by the scruff of the neck. But
that's why John Terry has no prisoners, because he used to clean boots all the time. So
yeah, all of these guys, literally from back in the day, even at the very, very low level, I play that kind of thing. That's what would happen, kind of thing. And it's not even about trying to humble you, kind of thing, but it's genuinely it's teaching you about hard work. It's teaching you about
culture building. Culture building.
It's culture building. That's what it does. Like, come on, man. Like, he was going on to play Call of Duty, kind of thing. Like, but he's looking at 3 Premier League medals. Like, I barely even played. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, him and Cole Palmer went to the same gentrified school. Okay, they don't like hard work. Soft hands. Okay.
You're right. They ain't got no calluses. You're right. Cole Palmer, to be fair to him, actually said, "No, fuck that. I actually want to get out of the mud. Let me go to the hood that is Chelsea."
Yeah. Quickly, Chelsea plays West Ham tomorrow. This is old boy returning to his ex, Graham Potter, so it's going to be interesting to see that game. Coach, we get the standings, and I have a bit of a mini rant at the end, and we'll wrap it up.
We have to do it. Look, Liverpool, you're still 6 points ahead, man. Good for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares, man? Give me a sec. I actually I haven't looked at the table in so long, like, literally, even last week, I forgot.
Second, 6 points ahead.
Second?
I mean, 6 points behind. Yeah, we're second.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
You didn't know that?
Liverpool, 56 points. We're on 50 points. They've got a game in hand over us. Forest are only 3 points behind. Forest are going very, very well, man. City and Newcastle both lost, and they're on 41 points. So we're 9 points ahead of them. Yeah, fuck them, man.
I mean, to be fair, if Chelsea win, they'll leapfrog over both of them.
Oh, yeah, that is
third,
true.
So
Chelsea are in 6 with a game in hand. They're playing West Ham. Bournemouth are on 40 points as well. So yeah, good for them.
My little rant is just about Man United. Like, I'm just needed you guys to be on here in case I'm tripping. When I look at Ian Wright, like, that's the OG, right? That's somebody who takes care of like the men and the women's side. When I look at United's older players, because you mentioned Paul Scholes, and that triggered my brain. They make the environment even worse than what it is. Like, you guys know that you grew up around the Sir Alex, where everything was kind of like that. Now you're around the social media era where everything happens at one time. Like, all this stuff is always happening. Like, this is league, that is league, this play is rumor, whatever. It's like there's so much noise around the club. That doesn't help. It doesn't help that your OGs aren't helping you out. It doesn't help like the fans are consistently like bipolar about everything. So I don't know. It's just like my whole thing is just football fans just calm the fuck down. Like, just you make things even worse than what it is. Like, even with the OGs as well. And it's just like I feel bad for United players because it's not a fun environment to be around, man. Where like everything is just. Yeah, it's not fun.
How can it be when you have Gary Neville chirping the whole time about how you don't deserve anything? You're shit. Nobody wants you. Nobody came in for you. It's just like, listen, I'd be annoyed too.
I mean, this is why I love being American, because somebody should really just, slap them,
Listen, that's my proverb. These people who run their mouth, they never got their ass beat. Because when you get your ass beat, you start to rethink some things.
I'll be very honest here. One of my friends basically said that, look, a few United legends are racist, basically. And obviously we don't want to throw that around, but I'm not going to shut him down completely, only because a lot of the words used and the way they've been said kind of thing only trends towards one thing. And that's what bothers me more than anything, because it's not even, it's very obvious now. If you're looking for it, not, or should I say, you don't have to look for it for you to see it, basically. And that's the most concerning thing to me, should I say, because we all know, listen to this pod, that obviously I'm not a big fan of Bruno kind of thing, but they let this guy get away with anything. Ironically, the only guy that doesn't let him get away with everything is Roy Keane, funny enough. But the rest of them, they let this guy get away with everything. And it doesn't make sense, because a lot of the time when shit is going bad for United kind of thing, they can't really rely on Bruno anyway. But other players seem to, get stick for it. That straight away, that's an alarm bell for me. So yeah, that's what, should I say? That's what I will add to it. So
yeah, I'm tired, man. But guess what? We got no Premier League to February 12th. FA Cup, and they got a little mini break right now. So I wish I had a longer break.
Time for a trip to Dubai, baby. Ben might go get your tan and get suited up. It's time for that.
Y'all got anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. You guys are wonderful for always rocking with us. Yeah. Love you guys, man.
Love you guys too. Luka Doncic got traded, but that's another podcast, another thing. So yeah.
This is England, mate. This is fucking England, yeah. You yank cunt. No, I'm joking.
We're out. Everyone take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Hey folks, this is Dan from the Shirtless Plantain Show. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and follow us on all our socials. You can see them right beneath our recordings in every video. Thanks again, and see you on the next one.